What's going on, guys? Oh, I need to change the title. All right, there we go. Save that. It's been a while since we've done Python on Team Treehouse. We gotta get back into it. It's gonna be rusty. It's gonna be cringe. Hope you guys enjoy the ride. Let me share this first. What's going on, guys? Freaking dogs. I'm sorry that you have to hear that. Okay. All right, so everyone got the notification for that, but let's see. If you're interested in learning, there's a link for Team Treehouse in the description. It supports the channel. So back to resume learn Python. What's up, Tina? How's it going? Donovan, what's up? We're back again. Write better Python. Yeah, so write better Python. That's where we're at. Scraping data from the web, introducing to NumPy. Scraping data from the web sounds kind of fun. You guys want to go for that? That sounds pretty fun. Thanks for doing what you're doing. Hey, thanks for the support. Even comments like that. Thanks, man. I have no reason not to put out like 5 videos a day now. Been a while, I know, right? Here we go. Scraping data from the web. Been a tough week emotionally, but you're surviving. Don't let your emotions bully you. I know it sounds easier said than done, but yeah, here we go. I'm gonna mute me and I'm gonna play the course. See what it's about.
Howdy, I'm Ken, and I'm chomping at the bit to introduce you to the wild world of data wrangling, and specifically web scraping. We'll be taking a high-level look at how to automate data gathering from the web. Of course, we'll have some hands-on practice along the way as well. What exactly is web scraping? The definition I like best is that it's the automated collecting of data from the web by any means other than a program interacting with an API. This typically is done through writing a program that requests data from a web server and obtains the necessary information. Let's take a look at some examples of use cases before we get too deep into the how-tos. Real estate listing companies and agents use web scraping to scour the web for current property listings to gather competitive data about pricing and housing market trends. Many companies use web scraping for competitive research, scraping competitors' websites for product and review information. Social media companies scrape the web to get a better handle on what is trending. You can use a web scraper to look at YouTube for a specific category of videos with lots of views to determine what topics and titles are doing well. The potential for options is really limited only by your imagination. Throughout this course, we'll build our scraping skills using the Python packages Beautiful Soup and Scrapey. We'll look at parsing HTML files and writing spiders that will follow the links between pages and sites to further increase our data gathering abilities. I'll also touch on how to handle sites that require logins and how to test your scraping application. Along the way, we'll also talk about when we should rein in our powers to be good internet citizens. Before we get started, let me briefly talk about our tools. I'll be using the PyCharm IDE throughout this course. The code samples that we'll be working through should work perfectly fine in other IDEs as well, and in further editions of PyCharm itself too. The developers at PyCharm are always improving that tool. If you run into any problems using a different version, ask for help in the Treehouse forum. Also, if any minor changes or bugs pop up, keep your eyes on the teacher's notes for helpful comments. If you spot an issue or difference somewhere, check the notes first, and then let us know in the forum if we've missed it. Oh, one last thing. Remember that the Treehouse video player has speed controls, so if I'm talking too fast or going really slow, feel free to adjust the speed. I won't mind, really, even if you laugh at how I sound in super slow motion. Okay, let's get started with building our web scraping skills and knowledge.
I can't tell if he's reading from a prompter.
Before we jump into Python and start wrangling data from a web page, I think it will be helpful to revisit what a web page looks like in code. How is a web page structured? Or, more specifically, how a web page should be structured. In your journey with web scraping, you'll likely come across a site or two where you ask, hold your horses, why aren't any of the tags closed? Or, seriously, there are 5 H1 tags on this page? If we look at how an HTML page should be structured, it starts and ends with an opening and closing HTML tag. Inside the HTML tag, we have a head section, which has tags for metadata about the page and other essential information for the document. The page title will be found in here as well. Next, we have the body section, where the content of the page is found. Inside here is where we'll do the majority of our scraping. Things like heading tags, div, paragraph, anchor, and form elements will reside inside here. I mentioned that structure is how a page should look. Sometimes reality is different. Let's take a look at how lenient HTML can be written and still look good in the browser. This will point out some of the challenges and benefits that we can come into when attempting to scrape a site. Let's take a look at a sample website that the amazing design team here at Treehouse put together. It's hosted on GitHub Pages, which is great because it allows us to view the site and easily see the HTML code. Check the teacher's notes for the link.
Checking teacher's notes for link right now. Horseland. Alright. Got a bunch of horses. I guess we're going to scrape these horses. Put them on my code there.
I'm using the Chrome browser, and if we open up the developer's tools with Option-Command-I on a Mac or Control-Shift-I on Windows, we can examine the structure of our page. Here at the top, we see the head section, and can expand that to see that it contains a few things. There's some metadata, there's links to our style sheet and fonts, and there it is, our page title. We'll see how to scrape that information in code here shortly. The body section is where, as I mentioned, we'll find most of the interesting items we'll want to scrape. We see that we have a few different div elements that separate the page into different logical components, such as the graphical header, there's our featured image, and then down here, there's the links at the bottom of the page. The main portion of this particular web page is the list of horses with the images. We see here in the HTML that they all reside here in this unordered list section with the image gallery ID and card wrap class. If we expand this section, we see a bunch of list items. These look like potential scraping targets, and we'll explore them more specifically later in the course. One thing I do want to mention here is that modern web browsers can hide a lot of HTML errors for us. Inline elements, such as span, and some block-level elements, such as paragraph tags, may not be closed in the actual HTML, but the browser closes them for us. We take a look here. We see this paragraph here at the bottom. We see that it has a class of credits, and there's an opening and closing p tag. However, if we look at the source code for this file on GitHub, that's down here under index.html. So in here, we scroll down to the bottom of the page, we see the opening p tag on line 43, but there isn't a closing tag when this paragraph ends on line 46. In this case, the browser helps us out for web scraping tasks. Fortunately, HTML doesn't have to be perfect. With some web page anatomy under our belts, let's take a quick pit stop before we get started with some scraping tasks with the Python package Beautiful Soup. Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. This is the start of a song the Mock Turtle sings in Lewis Carroll's book, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I couldn't beat Gene Wilder's singing of it, so I didn't even try. It's also where the HTML parsing package Beautiful Soup gets its name. It's designed to scrape web pages and provides a toolkit for dissecting a document and extracting what you need. One of the features that Beautiful Soup provides is the ability to utilize different parsers to create the Python object version of the page. There are some that are faster than others, and some that are better at transforming the messy HTML pages we looked at earlier. We'll be using a good, middle-of-the-road parser right now, but check the teacher's notes for other popular options. Let's see how to get Beautiful Soup set up and use it to parse a web page. Let's head into our IDE and get started. I'm using PyCharm. So first, we'll need to install Beautiful Soup. Do preferences. We want to install a package. We want to look for Beautiful Soup 4.
Alright. I have to remember how to install packages. I think it's just pip install Beautiful Soup. Could not find a version that satisfies the requirement from versions. Alright. Oh, probably because it needs to be one word. There we go. What happened? Let's see what this guy does.
And install the package. If you're in a different IDE, you can also use tools such as pip or pipenv. If you aren't familiar with pipenv, it's similar to pip, but offers some additional features. Check the teacher's notes for more information.
All right. What are we doing? Oh, pip environment workshop. Okay, this is. Well, come on. You can't link me to another package manager. All right, hold on. Looks like we got to download Anaconda for Python, so I can have my own stuff there. Meanwhile, while we're getting this set up, pip install BS4. Oh, okay. All right, complete. I think it's Control C. What is clear? Control C? No. Control P? No. F? No. Dang it. I forget. Well, we're still downloading Anaconda, I guess, but we'll do this for now. Thanks, Gooba. Pip environment is supposed to replace Conda's virtual environment? Oh. All right.
And now we want to put it to use in a new file. Let's call it scraper.py. Scraper.py, and we'll do our imports. So from url_lib.request, we'll import URL open. This will handle the server request to our URL. From BS4, we want to import beautiful soup. Next, we pass in the URL of the URL we want to scrape into the URL open method. We'll assign it a variable called HTML, URL open, and our site's URL, which is https Treehouse project.github.io /, and index.html. Then we create our beautiful soup object. Call it soup, beautiful soup. In here, we pass in the HTML and call read to read it. HTML.read. Then we pass in our parser. In our case, we're using the HTML.parser that's included with Python 3, HTML.parser. And giddy up, we're set to read our page. Let's print it out to see what we get. We'll print soup and run our script. Great, that works, but nothing is indented like it's supposed to be in HTML.
CLS. Oh, there is an easier way. I think it's like Control F or something like that. Let's see. First day, no one told you how boring meetings are. Dude, prepare for that for the rest of your professional career. Why am I learning this? Yeah, obviously because Python's where it's at. You know, you should take this great course on Udemy. What was the clear terminal shortcut? I typed clear, but Brian Barnes wants to say thanks for what you do. You're a digital marketer, 15 years, wanted to update your skills. Dude, you got to push yourself, Brian. I'm glad that they helped you. Just passing by. Python's one of the main languages. It'd be hard for him to get a web development job. Control K. I'd have to try. Python is a powerful language. Yeah, so Python's pretty good. JavaScript, Python, they're pretty up there right now, but I like the utility of Python. Like, technically, I have like a bunch of ideas that could scrape the web and then paste that information on another website and then have ads and then boom, done. All you gotta do is pay for traffic and then click the ads and you get money. All right, so how do I run this? Py. All right, it worked. I had no idea what I did, but we can see that the HTML is in there. It's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. You guys seen that video? You can do anything with Python. Would I say that I was a shy child? I'm still a shy child. I didn't grow up. I'll try Control K. Hey, Control K. You got it, fam. That was it. That was it, Jan. Oh, by the way, guys, hit that like button, please. It helps these do good. So if you guys don't know what's going on here, we have imported I guess it's like a library. They call it module here in Python. And URL lib.request. I don't know what this is. I'm literally just copying and pasting. I don't know if this comes with Python 3. I think it does. Simplest way. Maybe this comes with Python. I didn't know that this is a thing. And then we're importing beautiful soup from the module. And then making a variable, URL open. Apparently this comes from this. Give a URL. And then HTML parser. I think this is like a special thing going on here. Not exactly sure what's going on. Let's continue.
We can do better with a prettyify method. We do soup, prettyify, and rerun it. That's much better and easier to read.
I don't think this looks a whole lot prettier, but that's pretty cool. So I can grab data from a Python and then I can like press buttons and stuff, hopefully.
Which is what prettyify does. It simply makes things easier to read. Now, did you notice something in here? Our image gallery isn't being displayed. We have our unordered list with our ID of image gallery, which from a previous video, we know contains all of the images of our horses. Here in the HTML though, we're not seeing the list item. Our images are being populated using some JavaScript. Beautiful Soup doesn't wait for JavaScript to run before it scrapes a page. We'll see how to handle these situations in a little bit. For now, let's look at additional Beautiful Soup features. We can drill down to get specific pieces of the site, like the page title. We'll do soup.title. There it is. How about a page element like a div? Soup.div. Well, shucks, that only gets us the first div on the page. Let's get them all and loop through them to print them out. There is a find all method that allows us to easily do that. So come up here, say divs is soup.findAll, and we want div elements. And for div in divs, we want to print our div. And run it again. There's our divs. We can filter some of these out by passing in class values. Let's just get the one that has this featured class name. If we come back here to our website and do the developer tools, the featured section here is the one with the horse of the month. So here we'll pass in class, and we want featured.
Let's see. What's the difference between library and API? A library is something that you can import to use in your code. An API is something that you connect to get or send information through. So an API, application programming interface, is something made by a third party or yourself, but typically a third party. And you connect to that, you request data, you get it, or you can send data to it. You can delete data in it. Yeah, a library is something that you import. You can use like a CDN or something. It's a library. I actually like Python syntax a lot. I know, eventually maybe there's some machine learning stuff in here. I don't know. I just think it's cool. Like I can grab some HTML, I can interact with it. I just think it's neat, and it's fun for me. So I enjoy doing it. So it gives me class featured. What if I only want featured? Let's see.
There, now we only have classes that have featured in the name. This narrows down a specific area for us to scrape. We'll explore more of this find all and its related method find in the next video. Welcome back. We just saw how to utilize the find all method to find all of a particular item on the page. We can use the find method to find the first instance of an item. We can change this to find. Get rid of our for loop here. And run it. Ha! I should probably have changed that name to just div. Ah well, naming things is always a challenge for me. We're getting all of the info back for that particular div element. The featured one on the page here, in this case. What if we just want the header text in here? Since it's a child element of that div, we can chain elements together. Let's comment this out. Close this down. We want featured header. We'll do soup.find. We want div, class featured. And we just want that h2 element. And we'll print the featured header.
What did you miss? Nothing too much. Falling into Python is where it's at, yeah. Nature, it's so neat. What I miss? Nothing too much. How long's the stream been up? Yeah, for about 20 minutes. Started about 20 minutes ago. So I'm gonna just keep moving.
Nice. But we still have our tag elements in there. From a data cleanliness standpoint, it would be great if we could get rid of those, right?
Hold on. What did I do? Featured header, soup.find, div, class, featured. Horse of the month. So is this like going inside the div class of featured and grabbing the H2? Is that what's going on here? Must be. Treehouse is pretty comprehensive. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hitting 1 a.m. All right, later, bro. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Yeah, I really like it. Like we did like the collections and stuff, which was like the last part of Python with some like really difficult projects, and I was kind of getting complacent with it because I wanted to do some stuff like this. So I felt like we'd kick off the stream, start going through all these interactive things that they have on Team Treehouse, and just work our way through those. I think that'd be pretty fun. I'm gonna keep playing.
Well, there's a convenient method for that called getText. Yippee! We got some text from our site. We scraped it out. There's a bit of a gotcha to watch out for with this getText method. Though, it strips away the tags from whatever we're working with, leaving just a block of text. Let's take away this.
Oh my god. Am I doing the Python tech degree? No, eventually. I'm just kind of working my way through random Python things, so I think it'll make for an entertaining stream. We do something a little bit different. So I could basically scrape a web page and collect anything that says URL in it. It's kind of neat.
From our text value to see what I mean. While this is perhaps more readable for us, it makes it much more challenging to process going forward. If we wanted to select Mustang, or the text about them at this point, it would be more of a challenge. The thing to remember about getText is to use it as the last step in the scraping process. We've seen that the find method returns the first occurrence of an item in a beautiful soup object. It is basically a find all method with a setting of the limit of results to 1. Let's look at the parameters these methods take. Name, which looks for tags with certain names, such as title or div. Adders, which allows for the searching for a specific CSS class. We'll take a look at this here shortly. Recursive. By default, find and find all examines all descendants of a tag. If we set recursive equal to false, it will only look at the direct children of the tag. String or text allows for the searching of strings instead of tags. Quargs, which allows for searching on other items, such as CSS ID. Limit. The find all method also accepts a limit argument to limit the result set returned. As I mentioned, find is a find all with a limit set to 1. We can pass in a string, a list, a regular expression, a value equals true, or even a function to the name, string, or quargs arguments to further enhance the searching capabilities. Let's take a look at the adders argument to search for the CSS class. We'll print out all references to this primary button class, which is this button down here. Come back over here to our code. Let's comment this out. So for button in soup.find, you look for a class, and that class was button dash dash primary. And we'll just print the buttons out. Learn more. There it is. Since class is a reserved word in Python, and searching for items on a page based on a class is a frequent task, Beautiful Soup provides a process for that. We can change our code to use a special keyword argument, class underscore. So we can take all this out. Remove our closing curly bracket.
Why does this look so broken? Oh. Got it. It still looks wrong. So you just find class equals button prime. Okay, that's fine. Let's try that. Learn more. That's cool. You need to work on your operating system's homework? Oh boy. Later, Tina. Have a good one. Did you waste your time learning Django, or is it still relevant? I mean, there's lots of Python jobs. Django's pretty relevant. Yeah, no adder. Udemy or Treehouse? Udemy it's just a different business application. Udemy is like if you know the course you want and you know the teacher you want. Udemy. If you want access to a whole bunch of courses for one price every month, Treehouse. Just a different application. Like Udemy is maintained by different teachers, Treehouse is maintained by the same group.
We get the same result, with a bit less typing. Another very common task, which will be useful when we want to move from one page to another, is to get all of the hyperlinks on a page. We can navigate into a specific tag and use the get method to abstract specific information.
If you want access to a whole bunch of...
Again, we'll comment this out just for clarity. So for link, in soup.find all, so we'll look for all the anchor elements, and then we'll print out all of the href attributes. So link.
There's the link for Team Treehouse. If you use it, it helps support the channel. Even if you sign up for the free trial, it helps support the channel. So we're commenting this out again. And then we're doing... You see these dogs? They're just going crazy with all the people walking their dogs when they get home from work. For link in soup.find all, that's kind of... Oh, so you can do find next, previous. It's kind of neat. Okay, let's do that. I wish it would complete with the... Oh. Why is that mad? Why is this mad? I don't understand. What is happening? Didn't? Did what? Python is weird. Oh, it's gonna give me an error, I guess. Oh. You got me.
And we'll get hrefs. We can look at these patterns to determine internal and external links. Definitely a handy thing to do. Beautiful Soup is a very powerful tool, and we've just scratched the surface of its power. But we've seen how we can use Python to read a web page and get very specific data from the HTML. It can take a bit of work to decipher the page structure, but that is time well spent for data collection. Before we get too much further into collecting data from websites, we should talk about some of the things to think about to be good data wranglers. I'll see y'all back here in a bit and have a look.
Cool. Yeah, I have to go here in a second. I have to do some teaching and I have to go for a run. But it was fun. And we're almost done with this. I mean, it's like a 70-minute course that we're supposed to be doing, so pretty sweet. You want some soup now? Dude, me too. Actually, I had some for lunch. Yeah, if you guys want to do me a favor and go follow me on Instagram, that's where I'm going to be posting a lot more on stuff on there. I'm just trying to, I got more time. I have no excuse to not be in more places. Yeah, I have to go. I can't do another module, but this is a good stopping point. Good Citizen, review Introduction to Scraping Data. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let me just do some shout outs. Thanks for hanging out. It's about 30 minutes now. You haven't enabled donations. What are you talking about? You can send a super chat. Should work. If you're talking about something else, I have no idea. Like within... Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, so thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Gamer Vulture, Spaceface, Jamie. It's not that expensive. Ivan, Montes, Tina, all you guys. It's a pretty busy day. Insert dab here. No, I'm not doing that. Cool. So if you guys want to learn some Treehouse, again, that link that I posted a second ago really supports the channel, and I would appreciate it. So, Honky Tonk, what's up, dude? I'm just about to go. I have to do some teaching. Don't want to be late, you know. Oh, Streamlabs? Maybe I should enable that for Streamlabs, but I'd have to look. I don't have it enabled. Fantastic. Yeah, that's not good. I should probably fix that. How do I fix that? It's not enabled in your country? Yeah, it's not enabled in mine either. So general. Did you miss it? Yeah, Trevor, we're just ending it. When am I gonna be up again? I have to make another video. I'm making a video about back-end technologies that are pretty easy to grasp that will help you, you know, get your foot in the door later tonight. But I have to do some teaching, take my dogs for a run, and then I make that video. So it'll be good. I don't know how to enable it. I'll worry about it next time. It's no big deal. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the hangout stream that we'll do. And then I'll go to the gym and I don't know. Got a whole bunch of time. So it's going to be good. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate all of you. We'll finish this tomorrow and we'll start a new one. And we'll just work our way through Python and Team Treehouse in general. And it'll be real. So thanks, guys, for hanging out. I appreciate you.